Anyways, so again, let me go through while he's loading all this good stuff up. Anyways, let me explain everything. We've got Awakened Smoke on the left. There we go. Now we can see. Now we're golden. Now we shall see it all. Except it doesn't want to play. There we go. I was going to say, of all things, now it won't play. Anyways, we got Awakened Smoke on the left, playing a video right now. We got EddieRuckus on the right. You'll see their names a lot more clearly. Dipstick. I like the word. What can I say? Oh, wow. It's not going to play. Oh, God. Too fitting. Oh, it's trying. It's failing, but it's trying. Anyways, so these two are going to race off in a head-to-head best-of-3 matchup. We race down through the Womb 2. So whoever beats Mom... There we go. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Oh, man. The sunglasses are fucking awesome on there. Oh, my God. Now, this is one of the best mashups I've seen on this one. I gotta say, this is just creepy beyond belief. Wow. This is way too fitting. The mask fits perfectly for this. This is so fitting on it. Anyways, oh man, like I said, we do a best of 3. So you'll see the scores listed below. Whoever beats Mom's Heart first, wow, I cannot help but stare at this and just be creeped out and laugh hysterically. Oh god, that's perfect. Sorry. Anyways, so we'll give that person a point. We'll reset both of them to the basement 1. There's outlawed items, so nobody can use the D6 on anything except for these outlawed items. Nobody's listening to me. You're all watching that, aren't you? Anyways, the Bible, Ipecac, Epic Fetus, Dr. Fetus, and the Shovel are all completely off limits. Oh, hi there. I'm just waiting for him to start dancing and then... But there's Awakened Smoke. That was freaking perfect, dude. Anyways, pardon me, sorry about that. So you can use the D6 on those listing of outlawed items, only on those outlawed items. So basically, should you reroll, let's say, an Epic Fetus into a Dr. Fetus, that is okay, you can reroll it again. That is perfectly fine. If it rolls into anything not on that list, it becomes take it or leave it, just like any other item in the game. So these racers are fair to do, or free game to do absolutely anything else, as far as you can reset when you want to. You can bomb through doors with your own bombs that you have picked up. The reason we outlawed Ipecac, Dr. Fetus, and Epic Fetus was that it would just be an instantaneous walk through every door. And that's not really skill. We made it a little more random in the fact that you have to actually pick up bombs. But if you pick up, let's say, Pyro, you get 99 bombs, you can do what you want with them. That is completely legal. Anything is cool. If you get the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it gives you, let's say, the shovel as its usage, and it gives you the way down to the next floor. If you're on the boss fight and that happens, oh god forbid. You know what I mean? Like, if you're dodging and you happen to walk down it, whatever, it happens. But other than that, leave the shovel usage of it behind. Anything else with it is fair game. If it turns into Epic Fetus, use it to your advantage. If it turns into, the Bible, so be it. You know what I mean? Like, that is completely random on top of completely random. So there's almost no chance that will happen in a Mom or Mom's Heart fight with the Bible. So, you know what I mean? Like, feel free, give it a shot if you want to. If it happens, wow, are you lucky. But that's fair game. The only thing kind of wacky is if you get a telepill or any way into the Imera room on Womb 2 and you bypass Mom's Heart, you have to get a Mom kill on your record, basically, to count as a win. So you have to kill Shale at that point. Only you do, though. Your opponent does not have to worry about that. So keep that in mind. Other than that, like I said, it is all fair game. So these racers know what they're doing at this point. Awakened Smoke's 5-0. Eddie is 1-3 at this point, having some just real bad luck on that one comeback that I can think of. But nonetheless, these two are both very skilled at what they do. They've been in, both have been in the finals of my monthly races. So like I said, they know what's up, but they are on a Skype call. They will do their own countdown coming up here. And it looks like they already have, so Awakened Smoke moving just slightly first because I have slightly more delay on Eddie's stream. I am recapturing 2 streams right now, so one is usually slightly behind. It does happen. And Necronomicon is Awakened Smoke's first item. So again, Awakened Smoke looking to stay undefeated on the season here. So again, good luck to both. Don't misunderstand me. But we always like the undefeateds. It's always one of those cool things. We like to see them get taken down. It's one of those things. Ooh, EddieRuckus with a nice find. The Sad Onion is as his first item. So you notice he now fires much faster than Awakened Smoke does. So always a great find right there. Again, good luck to both racers. Like I said, it's like college football. You see an undefeated, and it's like must take down. Wow. Speaking of pyro and those 99 bombs, apparently I'm going to go to the casino after we're done here because I'm calling items. Casino, here I come. You better have a lot of money on hand. Who am I kidding? I do nothing but lose money at the casino. Let's call them like we see them. I'm not that lucky. If it involves money, I don't start calling things. Eddie ripping through his first boss fight, though, has already got his cube of meat, and I think with that bomb, he's going to consider it. Nope, he's going to move on down to basement 2. So first on down to the next floor is EddieRuckus on the right. Again, we raced through the womb, too, so there are the basement, the caves, the depths, and then the womb. All have 2 floors, or they might be crammed together into an XL version of one of those combinations of floors. So the caves could all jam together, the depths could jam together, basement could have, but didn't for either. Womb can do the same. Again, if that happens, you wind up with only 1 store, but you get 2 boss fights, 2 item rooms on that same floor. Unless it's the womb, then there's no item rooms. And, wow, I was going to say, is Eddie actually going to take that with him? But no, he will not. He will leave Kamikaze behind. That is, obviously, it turns you into a bomb. It does damage to you, but does damage to everything that you're close to, or can be used as a bomb to get into a secret room, use item rocks, things of that nature. But Awakened Smoke has finished off his fight here, just taking out the small spider in the room. Ooh, and the item box. He was hoping for health up, I bet. What does he get? Ooh, telepills. Wow. Into his item room, which, like I said, he is going to take that Necronomicon, leave the D6, although the game might have been trying to tell him something there. We'll see what happens. Again, Chatia was unlucky in the last round. Wow, Eddie just got really lucky there. But he will take a world card with him as well. That world card will show him the entire map layout of a floor. Again, though, Chatia got very unlucky in the last round. Actually wound up finding Dr. Fetus, in one of her item rooms, and had just, and I mean like just, left her D6 behind. So she was not able to re-roll that and had to actually leave it. So again, Chatia had some pretty unlucky rolls tonight. No pun intended on the word roll. Because Chatia is not racing at the moment. She's probably offline. Because if I'm not mistaken, she's eating dinner. Oh, no. Eddie with that Gertie Jr. death. Ouch. So Eddie resetting first here. Not by choice, but gets Robo Baby, so at least a nice replacement for her first item. And I'll never see Epic Fetus again. Oh, it was Epic, wasn't it? I'm sorry. It was Epic Fetus. I'm sorry. You're completely right on that. Wow. The bombs for Awakened Smoke. I don't think he needs 10 bombs. He's only used 5. Okay, now he's used 6. There we go. So he gets into his secret room first. Might as well use up everything down to 89 bombs before he picks those up, because he's pretty well capped out on bombs, but hey, 10 more. It was normal? Okay, cool. Oh, you can get Epic in there, too. You can get Epic in normal item rooms. Believe me on that one. I've done it. It's pretty freaking rare, but it does happen. Yeah, either way, though, it's one of the fetus items. When you have to leave those behind, it's like you start crying inside, like, I can't believe this. I'm gonna leave that behind. Alright, Smoke might be looking to find 2 more cents and grab that Book of Revelations. That's kind of a toss-up at this point. The Necronomicon's not a bad item. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst of items. Interesting. I wonder if he just wanted a quick way through that, so he bombed out there. Oh, excuse me. So again, Awakened Smoke can use a lot of strategy if you wanted to. Wow, pardon me with the hiccups tonight. Ouch. Anyways, so Eddie moving on to the Cellar 2, just got some health up there. So again, he's got Robo Baby in tow, which as you can see is firing out Technology 2-ish type tiers. They are kind of infrequent, so they aren't as frequent as Technology 2, but they look kind of basically the same. They're not exactly Tech 1. Pretty close, but not exactly. And yeah, just keep in mind, Eddie, Chatia was talking crap about having practice and knowing what she's doing, and she was doing a pretty damn good job in those races. I gotta say, you got hosed on that one mom fight, Chatia, like, bad. You got hosed on that so bad. Those 4 spawns where they were all shooting at you, just, God, that was just not cool. I've never seen that happen. I even said that live, like, I've never seen that happen. But yeah, keep in mind, she is talking a lot of crap about you there, Eddie, so watch out when you two match up. I'm just gonna put that out there, because... Nonetheless, speaking of Eddie, he's moving on to his Cellar 2 boss fight, so just barely behind Awakened Smoke at this point. Again, the basements are very small floors. So even with that death that Eddie had, notice he is right there caught up to Awakened Smoke already. Who finds the cat of 9 fails, so his shot speed will move faster. And will he? Yeah, I was going to say, for that one hard, you almost have to take Spirit of the Night. So Awakened Smoke gets Flying and Spectral Tears. Eddie gets meat for damage up and health up and a devil deal of his own. Oh my. Money equals power. The razor blade's pretty much off limits, but wow, Eddie's going to say no thanks and not go looking for money. He'll take the health and say no thank you. So that would have been an immediate 2 damage up if he took it, let alone if he found 10 cents every time, or every time for the next 50 cents. For every 10 cents he found, he would gain 1 more damage. So I'm kind of surprised he left that behind. Interesting. Again, there's a lot of strategy involved in this, though. Health is a great thing to have, so it's really a toss-up. Do you want that extra 1 heart of health? Do you want the extra 2 damage up? Do you want to, risk not finding any more damage? Maybe not finding any more health after you've spent some? There's so much to think about. There really is. Ooh, very nice, Ruff. Very nice. Always a sweet feeling, isn't it? So as you can see, Awakened Smoke being able to fly doesn't have to worry about these charging white mobs in here. The only thing he has to worry about is the flying guys. But he can basically position himself so that he will never take damage in most rooms. The curse rooms, he'll only take half damage as he actually leaves. Normally you would take a half a heart of damage going in, another half going out. But being that you can fly, going in does you no damage anymore. So keep that in mind. If you have a way that you can teleport out of cursed rooms when you can fly, you will actually take 0 damage. Yeah, Awaken left the 10 bombs behind. It's all about timing, too, so he didn't really need them. If you notice, Awakened Smoke's got 90 bombs. He actually, his first item in the secret room was actually Pyro. That's why he's got the Dreadlock bomb. I can't think of the words. The fuse. He's got the 4 fuses hanging off of his head. Basically, because of that, he's almost got infinite bombs. So those 10 bombs are negligible for him. Yeah, going in. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. And there's Eddie's boss fight already, so he's going to his Catacomb, or Caves 1, I should say. Catacombs is just the tougher version of Caves, but there's his boss fight. Again, Eddie having found... Ooh, wow. Awakened Smoke also having found his item room. Just found the Pinking Shears. So that's a phenomenal item to use against bosses. He doesn't really need it for the flying aspect, but he will take it because that will rip through bosses. That will actually create a lower half of his body that doesn't exist right now, ironically. But it will run around, spit out blood from the top where his head would have been cut off, allow his head to fly around the room, and the body will actually do tons of damage to the bosses or anything that's in the room he uses it in. But usually in races, you'll use that against bosses and tear through them. Yeah, the shears are phenomenal. That's why I made sure to unlock them for people, because they are really good items. And with the D6 being not that usable, the more space use items we had, I thought the better. Look how quick he's ripping through the husk here. And that's mostly the body doing the damage. So case in point, there goes Awakened Smoke's boss. So he is caught quickly up to the Caves 2 where EddieRuckus is at. Excuse me. Oh, bad trip pill right off the bat for Awaken. Range down. Bombs are keys, so now he's got 88 keys and 3 bombs. Now he might wish that he still had the 10 bombs on this floor. So Awakened Smoke has like infinite keys right now, and 3 bombs. And just found his Caves 2 boss fight instantly, so technically he just got back in the lead within 1 room of getting to the Caves 2. So that's how quickly this can change, folks. Keep that in mind. He's literally been in the Caves 2 for 1 room, just got the lead back on Eddie. So think about that. And yeah, that room Eddie was in, yeah, Ducat, you're not kidding. You were not kidding with that reaction of, holy shit. That was not pretty. But Eddie did a phenomenal job getting out of there. That may have ended me, honestly. Not being able to fly in that room, and well, even so. But, you know, not having a few specific abilities in that room, ooh, man, did those hurt. So again, just making that out of there, that says enough in and of itself. By the way, I forgot to call that Eddie got a cube of meat for the last boss fight, which is the same that Awakened Smoke is looking at, so he'll get a cube of meat flying around him after this. Alright, Eddie ripping through his room finally gets a little bit of a heal, so he's actually got more health Red Heart-wise at the moment than Awakened Smoke does. Though again, Awakened Smoke having a few specific items like being able to fly and Spectral Tears that are quite a huge help. Also sitting on Judas's tongue, so all of his Devil Deals only cost the 1 heart, which is why you saw everything that he's bought so far was only 1 heart. I forgot to say that too. That is really a cool trinket. If you're willing to spend the hearts in Devil Deals, that is a really great trinket. There's Eddie's boss fight, so he's yet to find his item room on the right, but Eddie has found his Caves 2 boss fight and pretty much evened this up with Awakened Smoke right now. If not, has gained the lead only because he's cleared more of his floor. Also, we'll see if Eddie's actually willing to skip an item room here, because he knows generally where it's going to be, though, so I bet he'll go back for it. I would pretty well assume he'll be back for that. And yeah, Awakened Smoke cutting it close yet again, but that'll be the second time this run he's been down to the sketchy 1 heart or less. So we've seen him do some crazy stuff. Being able to fly, that'll help him a lot in these type of fights. So again, I'm not too worried about it. That's why I haven't really been like, oh god, he's down at that sketchy 1 heart. Awaken, I'm not worried about it. He knows what he's doing enough. There's the half-heart heal. He will teleport into pretty much the next room he would have fought anyways, so that works out beautifully for him. Saves him a lot of time walking. And he's actually got... Yep, he just saw it. Oh, and just moved it accidentally, but he's got an item rock. There's that extra little bit of a heal. So with that soul heart, now Awakened Smoke sitting much prettier with health. Hey, what's up, David? Yeah, mini gluttonies can either really make or break you, but when they all get grouped in the center like that, if you don't time them correctly and they start firing in odd patterns, you're going to get a lot of brimstone jammed across your room, and it gets nasty. Wow, that extra key. So yeah, Awakened Smoke had those 88 keys because he accidentally, well, not, it was an accident, but he picked up Pyro as his first item for 99 bombs. Wound up using somewhere around 10 of them, and then proceeded to get a bombs or key pill and switch them out. So you notice he now has 88 keys without actually having the skeleton key. So if you're wondering where that came from, that was on this on the last floor. No, that was this floor. I'm sorry. Yeah, the pills were this floor. So after his boss fight, he got Mom's Pill Purse and wound up taking Bombs or Key Pill out of there. So that switched those out completely for him. Eddie with no money looking at a judgment that he cannot use, so there's an item probably sitting there on that guy that he can't get to. Yeah, he would have had more, too. Exactly. He would have had 99 had he done it sooner. Nice. He'll actually drink Mountain Dew still. Nice. There's Eddie's item room. We knew he'd find it sooner or later. So with that 1 key, he'll be getting in there and hoping that he's got something useful. Very nice dodging, Eddie, yet again. And... oh, the bean. Here we go again, folks. So Eddie's going to use it once so he doesn't ever see it show up again and leave it behind, taking his D6 with him just to be on the safe side. No, it's really not. You were using it quite well, too, Chatia. Like, I was making comment about that. Like, a lot of people give it crap. No pun intended. Okay, there was pun. Anyways, but a lot of people give the bean crap, and honestly, it's really not that bad of an item. If you get, let's say, really surrounded by, you know, like a bunch of flies, and you've got, like, slow tear rate, you can probably take them out with 1 usage of that. If not, the next tick on it will definitely kill them. So in your invincibility frame, you'll probably only get hit once. But you did a really good job with it, honestly. Like, so it was proven to people. Oh, there's a loading screen error. So notice Eddie's moving his mouse around so you can see what's up. Don't do anything, sit there for a second, that'll load it for you. So there's Eddie's Necropolis floor. All you gotta do is sit there and wait. Ooh, Awaken does take the holy water, interesting. So if he gets hit, that will actually spill some holy water on the ground that if enemies walk through it, that will injure them. So if you're good with kiting them around, you can actually kite enemies through that on the floor. No, you should be, Chatia. I wouldn't have kept it that close against Wolf at all, so definitely take pride in that. Like, Wolf would have absolutely trounced me in a race, so definitely feel proud about that, because you were flipping back and forth the lead with him at some points and keeping it very, very close to him at all points, so... And yes, agreed. These are what Eddie is fighting, these masks in the Necropolis. Oh, just so nasty. You have to go after the hearts, by the way, so that's why you notice Eddie is only trying to dodge the masks and going after the hearts. Yeah, they are just bad. These things will home in on you so quickly if you're not paying attention. Ooh, the tick. Yeah, I was going to say at this point, I bet Awakened Smoke takes that. So let me explain the tick and why that was actually taken. We only race to the womb too, so you do not have to worry about the Polaroid in these races. Yet. When we get to the playoffs, you will. But that's way later on down the line. There's another loading error for Awakened Smoke's getting the same thing going on. So back-to-back on the depths. Like I said, wait for it later. I'm going to the casino tonight. I called 2 things already. Again, that's an obvious one, but I'm going to the casino. Anywho, well... Apparently there's that 100th death on Eddie's save file because he just unlocked the pinking shears. So that's how you unlock that item. But yeah, man, that room too. Just, ugh. Those rooms with those mini shooters are just horrendous. I hate those. Hey, Ori, how you doing tonight? So again, Awakened Smoke sitting here waiting out. If you're on his stream, which by the way, I would link game... Actually, I can do it this way. There's a game fetch for him. I was going to say, if you're on his screen, you can actually see he is still moving around. So he is still definitely there. That is not a stream. That's just that loading screen. So sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it takes 2 to 3 seconds. But just sit there and wait it out, and it will load your floor. It may tell you it crashed out Flash. Tell it you don't care. Just tell it flat out, yeah, whatever, Flash. Say no to it and let it go on. It will load your floor. It's really scary that first couple times, but just let that sit, guys. Come to Arkansas, take me with you. Oh, there's a very slow chance that you're going to crash, or a very small chance that you're going to crash on that. If you don't click anything and you don't sit there like spamming spacebar, like, why is this not advancing? As long as you don't do that, you're fine. Literally, I've not had that crash on me since I have not clicked anything. If you click something, like if you click your mouse in there, it'll wipe the screen out, and it'll really look like the game crashed. It may even say it's not responding. Just keep letting it sit there. It doesn't crash, I swear to you. It will scare you, and it will take forever, but it will work. Just do not touch anything, because Flash is pushed to its limits with this game, so anything that you can do to help it, meaning like not doing a thing with it, it's gonna help. Alright, nice Forever Alone attack fly for Eddie. Library for Awakened Smoke, so he's gonna go through both of the books in here real quick, I think. Oh, maybe not. He only goes through the Book of Sin, hoping to get a few good items out of that, like, oh, I don't know, a bomb that he switched out by accident? Oh, check this out. Bombs are key pill yet again, so Awaken can switch out after he uses the last key he needs on the next floor and get 86 bombs back. Very nice. I wouldn't doubt it, Ruff. I honestly wouldn't doubt that he coded that in just to mess with people. I could totally see that being the case, too. Just to have people be like, oh, dude, your game's crashing all the time. Like, no, I did that on purpose. Like, I did that to make you think it's crashing. Enjoy my trolling. Ha 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 ha. I could totally see him doing it, too. Edmund's that type of guy that he'd throw some joke like that in there. He would totally do it. Oh, what's up, Ralphie? How you doing, man? And again, what's up, everybody? Good to see you guys again tonight. Thank you again, as always, for the support. Cannot say it enough, but you guys are freaking awesome for being here all the time. Again, we'll have more information coming up soon, but we'll have some updated, you know, we won't be using the Google Docs, for example, anymore for the league. But we'll have some good stuff coming up for that. A bunch of really good changes coming up for the channel as well. That's all in the pretty near future. So I'm going to keep that slightly more under wraps for now, but just letting you know. This will take kind of a more professional-looking turn, if nothing else. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy that a lot more than looking at a Google Docs link with my random-ass coloring on there. Because I'm just weird and put all those colors on there for no reason. It looks like crap, and I'm fully aware. But we will get all that straightened out. This will look a lot more legit very soon. So I'm very excited about that, but huge changes coming for this, and we'll get Season 2 info at some point in the near future. But that is going to also be huge, so when you hear about that, you'll probably be shocked at what we're doing. So definitely keep informed, or keep tuned in for that. I will get you all the information soon on that stuff. And very nice homing shots for Eddie. So yet again, like, he's building a Chatia build over here. Like, all the items Chatia was getting, Eddie's getting. Like, but I like colors. What's up, Christina? How you doing? Oh, yeah, sorry, I never explained the tick. I got completely distracted. Anywho, the tick will take 15% damage off of any boss. Again, we don't need the Polaroid in these races. In the playoffs we will, but not yet. So what the tick also does as its downfall is that you cannot replace that with any other trinket. No matter what you do, it will not ever replace the tick. If you go to a store, you can buy Mom's, I think it's called Mom's Purse, Mom's Coin Purse, one of the two. I forget exactly which it's called, but it's a purse-looking item. It's purple. If you pick that up, it gives you 2 trinket slots. The second trinket slot will be replaceable at any time, but the tick will never leave. So it usually is a bad item if you're trying to go all the way through the game, unless you have a way to get that second trinket spot. Case in point, there it is. Wow, I'm going to the casino, guys. Seriously, holy God, you may not see a cast tonight. So like I was saying, now Awakened Smoke can pick up a second trinket and be able to replace that at his will. Seriously, here we go again. Charm of the Vampire. We're getting all the same items again. Weird. Oh, that's the weird thing. It's not so many bombs. Awakened Smoke had 99 bombs at one point. Wound up with a bombs or key pill. So now he has 85 keys. So he's using up his keys at the moment. He'll replace his bombs as soon as he's done with his last item room and shop. So there you go. Now Awakened Smoke's got his second, trinket, so he takes a safety cap, which is more chance for a pill spawn at the end of a room. Yeah, right. Pick my lotto numbers, please. Just use the ones from Lost. You'll be good. Yeah. Yeah, those are good. Yeah, he had bombs, but he'll have them again very soon. Do that, / one more time, I'm DMing you my address and you're taking me to Vegas, yeah, right? Yeah, right at Taco, no hit wound. Who'd have thought you'd call that too, and lo and behold, who'd have thought I'd ever get that done, and Taco actually called it. And I gave you crap for calling it too. Oh, Eddie down to half a heart again. Does have question mark pills, so I wonder if he's willing to take those at the moment. Maybe not. He's thinking about it. Oh, yep, and it was puberty, so moot point on the pills. Never mind. What about these pills? Ooh, tears up. That'll work. No argument there, so Eddie will fire a little bit faster. He was looking for heals, but he'll gladly take that. Looks like he's willing to go back to his store and see. Ooh. 7 cents, so he can get a red heart and a soul heart. Question is... Now, usually the habit is a great item, but in races, maybe not quite as much. And he's going to take the red heart, amazingly, and not the soul heart right now. So Eddie's going to leave that soul heart probably in case he gets hit again. But he will work his way through the rest of his caves one. Again, excuse me. Excuse me again. 2 floors ahead of him right now is Awakened Smoke, who has cleared most of his depths 1. Again, he's got Necropolis, the expansion version. Yeah, oh wait, Mega Ball. Touché, huh? See? Or Powerball, for that matter. Isn't Powerball the same? I don't know, I never play Lotto or anything, so I'm so unskilled on knowing all that stuff. Yeah, 23 is my number. 23's always been my lucky number for some reason. Probably something about living in Chicago and each one of the teams here having, like, somebody good with the number 23, and in one case, like, the best basketball player of all time, in my opinion. So it worked out pretty well. Like, my favorite baseball player for quite a long time growing up was Ryan Sandberg, because he played second base like I did for a while. Michael Jordan, obviously. Robin Ventura, who now manages the White Sox, was there. God, who else? 23 on the Bears. Who the hell was that? Did we even have one? We probably did, but I can't think of who it was at the time. No, Larry Bird is 33. See, why do I know these things? Why do I know random, like, this proves I'm a, like, really sports fan guy. Like, I'm one of those geeky guys that, like, Larry Bird wore 33. He went to school at Indiana State. Why do I know these things? Like, who cares? Larry Bird and his family care where he went to college, and Indiana State fans. Probably beyond that, nobody. Like, why do I know these things? Yeah, Devin Hester now. Technically, he wants to retire, though, because we fired Lovie Smith, so he may not be a Bear. So we'll see. We shall see. So there is that health up Awakened Smoke's been looking for. Finally gets it. Whoa, that red poop almost respawned right on top of him, too. Ouch. Yep, 34 was Peyton. You are correct. And I used to work at Walter Payton's Roundhouse, if that tells you how much of a Bears fan I am. It's not because of, like, oh, the only reason I'm working here is it's Walter Payton. I was working there because I had an audio job. But nonetheless, like, I've actually worked at Walter Payton's Roundhouse as a bar, so case in point, I am a Bears fan through and through. Always have been, always will be. I got a few reasons why they fired Smith. We got a new GM. Sorry, we're going to talk football real quick while we're racing because nobody's found an item room or anything yet. Anyways, while we're waiting for that to happen, basically Smith, I think, got fired because there's a new GM in town and he wants his regime in there. So they're probably going to fire, like, the entire coaching staff would be my guess and bring in, you know, his head coach and his coaching staff and make it his team. So that's probably what happened. Basically, the fact that we started 7-1 and missed the playoffs is a pretty big slap in the face. It means that we're not that good of a team, and we played crap teams for the first 8 games. So, yeah, that basically is why Smith got fired. He's also not that good with time management. I'll be the first to tell you, as having watched pretty much every Bears game since he got hired, that dude does not understand time management at all. Like, at all. Let's take a timeout with the clock stopped and 1 timeout left in the game. Oh, by the way, we're trailing by 6. There's 25 seconds left, but let's take our timeout now. Seems smart. By the way, let's challenge things that are unchallengeable, lose a timeout because of it, not be able to challenge anymore. Good job. You're getting paid millions of dollars not to know the rules to the game that you're coaching. That's why you got fired. So we got some gambling going on. Looks like the first of the 2 blood machines that Awakened Smoke gave him the portable IV bag. So not what he was looking for. He was looking for a legitimate blood bag out of that. So he'll say no thanks to that. And chances are he won't be able to play the heart machine without actually picking up the... Huh, interesting. So he's going to take the rusted key with him instead. Huh. Interesting. We got Chip Kelly. Yeah, who do you have on the team, though? Case in point. And case in point, when Jimmy Johnson first got to Dallas, they were still pretty crap. Good coach, crap team. Took a while. Ooh, there's some health up for Eddie. Very nice find. So again, Eddie is about 2 floors behind, but catching up very quickly here. So there is homing, or yeah, it was Bobby Bomb he just got, wasn't it? Or was that Bob's curse? Looks like it had to be homing bombs because I don't see the green on Eddie's head. So I believe he got homing bombs out of that. Don't quote me, though. I think that was Bobby Bomb that he picked up. Somebody will correct me if not. Yeah, I was going to say, isn't Kelly staying in Oregon? Last I heard, at least. It was Bobby Bomb? Okay, so he's got homing bombs then. I thought it was because it didn't look like he had Bob's curse. Was pretty sure that was not what he had gotten, but just to be sure. Alright, so we can smoke yet again. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, so moving on to his depths 1. So like I said, he's 1 floor behind Awakened Smoke in the moment is EddieRuckus. Sorry about that, guys. And have yourself a good one, Ruff. Take care. Alright, so... for that matter, where did I put... Uh-oh. Now I'm losing things. Damn it. Alright, so finishing off Greed, hopefully before he gets hit again. There we go. Looking to get, hopefully, into a secret room as Awaken Smoke. God damn it, where is my wallet? There we go. I knew I wasn't crazy. I do have it. There we go. Alright, so again, trying to catch up as EddieRuckus, still looking for both his item room and his boss. Awaken Smoke also looking for the same thing for that matter. He's got plenty of room left to go, though. Alright, so let's see here. Tons of bombs. Thankfully, Eddie can actually get through here. Otherwise, that would have completely trapped him. I've had a few of these where I've had, like, no bombs to get through the first part of this, and it's completely trapped me in there. There is his boss fight. So again, now we gotta wonder if Eddie's actually willing to skip over this stuff to catch up to Awaken Smoke. Knowing that he's one floor behind right now, he might actually skip his item room, so we'll have to see. Alright, so again, Awaken Smoke at that half a heart right now. Mind you, he is in a blood challenge room, but still, that's really scary at all times. Utilizing his pinky shears yet again, so you can see that ripping through these bosses. Eddie's got a Headless Horseman fight. So, I was going to say, if he gets out of the way of that. Mind you, he's got plenty of health. But he'll wind up with flying at the end of this, so he'll have something to replace his D6 with, finally. And yeah, it was LCL and his ACL, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so both just about done with the room. There's Eddie's horse, so he'll be able to fly. A little bit of heal for him. Will he go on without his item room, though? Ooh, yes he will. Oh, here we go. So there's strategy playing a part, guys. So Eddie completely skipped on his item room that time, so he is caught up to the same floor that Awaken Smoke's on. Now it's basically just a race to see who winds up with boss fights first. Ooh, notched pickaxe. Yeah, again, not what Awaken Smoke was hoping for. Still has a lot of money left over, too. He would have gladly spent more time in there to get something that would have been in any way, shape, or form useful. Whatever happened to Awaken's bombs or key pills? I figured, key pill. I figured he'd still have that. I totally forgot that he set that down somewhere. Apparently, I missed that. Yeah, it was ACL and LCL. I do believe it's both that he tore. Because I think ESPN just had that. But yeah, that's terrible. And yeah, like, worst item you can wind up getting off a Judgment. Go figure. Awaken Smoke's got a decent build. He just wanted some health at that point, though. I mean, with the amount of health up items he could have gotten, that was incredibly unlucky for him. So let's see. Well, he gets a Wheel of Fortune card. At least he gets a gamble and hopefully gets some heals here, which could be really good timing if this doesn't blow up on him. Especially because Eddie has already found his boss fight and does not get to leave this room unless those happen to be telepills he's holding on to. But basically, Eddie is going to be stuck in this and will not be able to leave this room and get his item room, which obviously Awaken Smoke is in right now. So he's still looking for his boss fight, but Eddie has got the lead at the moment for having actually skipped that item room. Because like I said, this will skip him straight onto the Womb 1 after this. He will have no way to get out of here unless that pill happens to teleport him and he still uses it. So that wasn't even the first time on his ACL? Oh, jeez. I got the bomb bag. Duh. Herpity derp. You'd think I'd remember that, because it is kind of following him. You'd think I'd notice that. Speaking of, there's that oh so wonderful bombs or key. I forget what the blue one is. That's obviously Bad Trip, which he's holding on to. Eddie just about done with his boss fight here, and I do mean getting pretty close. That fly's doing a huge help for him at the moment. God, that was his second this year. Oof. That's painful. You can only have your knee rebuilt so many times before it's just going to flat out give out, and as a quarterback, yeah, that doesn't bode well in your rookie year. If you're already on your second one, oof. Let alone you blew out 2 ligaments at the same time. Yeah, that's ouch. Alright, so let's see. Eddie is probably going to wait to take the foot out. There you go, so that he doesn't take that damage. Good move by Eddie. So he gets meat, so that is damage up, health up, a little bit of a heal. And he's going to consider the Polaroid. And in fact, is going to take that over the Pearl. So Eddie moves on to the Womb 1 first. Just took the Polaroid with him. Again, that will kind of serve two purposes. In the race, it only does this, though. If you get down to, I believe it's 1 red heart, that will actually give you or less than 1 red heart, I'm sorry. That'll actually give you a 5-second damage shield. You got 3 in each knee, don't you? MCL, ACL, and LCL. And yep, for those that don't know, the bad trip pills also turn into full health pills. When you get down to 1 heart, you'll actually see it happen. You saw it happen for Awaken Smoke, and if he gets hit enough again, that'll happen again to him. But basically, you could turn, the reason he's taking that bad trip pill is they will actually turn and morph into full health pills when you get down low enough on health. He looks like Cartman on a horse. They can get worse. If he had, like, the lard and he had a bunch of other stuff that actually increased his size, he would look a lot more like Cartman on that. Like, believe me, this is a pretty skinny version of Cartman riding that horse. Ah, you meant when it was injured. Gotcha. I follow you now. Because, yes, you're correct. He blew out 2 in his knee this time. Yep. Okay, gotcha. I see what you're saying. And again, Eddie proving another point, or trying to for me. Any rock in the womb can actually be an item rock. And by the way, we have not seen a single variant on the Mom fight tonight, have we? They've all been Gray Mom. That's kind of amazing. Anyways, I just realized that. We've seen a lot of Mom fights, and all have been Gray. Anywho, but any rock in the item rock, or any rock in the item rock, let me try that again. Any rock in the womb can be an item rock, so you can wind up getting soul hearts, small rock, keys, things of that nature out of it. So it's always worth it. If you have the extra bombs, you might as well use them. Yep, exactly what you said. The game doesn't let you actually die by using pills, so you can't take any sort of like a bad trip or health down pill, for example. Basically, when it gets down low enough on your health that it would actually kill you, it'll switch into something that'll actually like full heal you or give you health up. So it winds up being a pretty good thing. If you hold on to bad pills like that, speed, I forgot what else, tears down, things of that nature don't count. But if it's a bad trip, that'll turn into a full health, and I believe health downs become health up at that point, if you only have 1 red heart available to you. So again, you won't be able to die from any pill that you take yourself cannot kill you. And who would have thought? Yet another Polaroid for Eddie. I didn't even notice that. So back-to-back floors showing Eddie the Polaroid, just in case, like, you sure you don't want to take this with you, man? But again, Awaken Smoke, because of that tick, got 15% instantaneous damage done to the boss. Got a heal when he walked in the room, for that matter. Still looking at a full health pill right now, because again, there we go, so he just used it. But again, case in point, if you get down too low on health, you get 1 red heart left. A bad trip pill will not kill you. That will turn into a full health. Oh, that was his that he did for... Pay attention. Yeah, okay, sure. How about read my rules? How's that for an idea? Yeah, look at that, I am still a mod in my own chat. How about that? So there's Guppy's tail for Eddie if he wants it. Yeah, keep in mind, I'm trying to do a lot at the same time, so if you think I'm not doing a good enough job, fucking blow me, I believe would be the right term. So yeah, again, if you have a problem with what I'm doing, try this yourself. Not that easy. Go ahead. Halo, you obviously haven't gotten too far in the game, because that's actually the boss in the... Oh, I'm going to screw up the floor. The Cathedral. Yeah, Cathedral is the Isaac boss, so actually you do. Believe it or not. That's my style, Otaku. You know that. Thank you, Ori. It's my style. Like, basically, I don't take crap, so... That's... Ooh, wow, and an Eternal Heart for Eddie. So he's going to be able to come back out for that, because he'll be able to leave this boss fight. But the first to his Womb 1 boss fight is EddieRuckus on the right. Oof. I was going to say, I thought he used that for a second, but he had the wrong horse to be able to use that. So he is fighting Conquest, who, as you can see, is a real pain in the butt. Because he splits into like 6 or 7 guys, chases you all across the screen like that, gives you almost nowhere to run, and uses Crack the Sky, which will also randomly fill up the entire room from time to time. So again, this guy is kind of a pain in the butt, especially with those 4 homing shots. So we'll see how quickly or how well he gets through this. Awaken Smoke again down at half a heart, by the way. Found his boss fight as well. And again, evading all the Crack the Skies is Eddie. Where is Conquest? There we go. I was a little worried Conquest wasn't going to come back out for a quick second there. That got a little frightening. Speaking of frightening, Awaken Smoke just split his enemy up, so we're going to see this get a little more scary on his end. We'll see if he can. I was going to say, being that he can fly, he should be able to actually avoid all of these. And again, also down at half a heart is Eddie. Oh man, those homing shots. Conquest is not a bro, so there you go. Eddie down again. After that first death, had come back to take the lead and down again. So we are looking at half a heart on Awaken Smoke, but he is very well in the lead at this point. If he can find some way to heal before this boss fight, I guarantee he will breathe easy. I almost wonder if he's thinking that he should have taken the safety cap with him so he could get more pills. Knowing what his bad trip pills look like, he would actually have full health pills spawning on those. So he's got basically 2 chances at a full health pill, where he'd normally only have 1. So we'll see how lucky he gets here. But yeah, he's living literally on the edge at the moment. Thankfully, he can fly and has Spectral Tears, so he can hang out on this rock over here and not take damage. So he knows he's not going to die in this room if he plays it right. But nonetheless, still scary. And what's up, Not Merrick? How you doing, man? Suppose I could just call you Merrick at this point. I don't know why I keep saying not, but... You'd think I'd learn. Alright, so we can gonna drop some bombs. Hope for a Soul Rock. Oh, look at that. There you go. Item Rock, get. And speaking of that, EddieRuckus also found... What was that? Bloody Lust. Can never think of the name of it. Wow, Death Fight for Awaken Smoke. Also not what he's looking for. Does get that 1 full heart heal off of having the tick with him when he enters the room. And as you saw, he started off 15% health lower. So that is a good used item in this one. But now comes the sketchy part of this fight. But thankfully, with his pinky shears, at least Awaken Smoke's ripping through this right now. Hey, what's up, Mads? How you doing? Oh, God, that was close too. There we go. Very nicely done by Awaken Smoke, so he'll be moving on to Womb 2 with his second piece of Meat Boy in tow. So now that orbital will also fire shots at him, block enemy shots, and if he gets 1 more piece, which I don't know how he'd do, but if he got 1 more piece, it would actually turn into almost the full Meat Boy and start running around. Hey, what's up, Dave? How you doing? I'm very drunk, thank you. And Eddie ripping through his first boss, gets Diana's Crown for a bit of money here. So he is at 16 cents, is actually going to go back for his store because, hey, why not at this point? Maybe you find that blue candle and start ripping through some floors. Again, Awaken Smoke on the Womb 2. Going to bomb every rock that he finds, hoping for some item rocks and a few heals. This isn't bad either for Eddie. He found the Book of Revelations in there. So he'll definitely buy that and take it with him. So that every 6 rooms will give him a soul heart. Early on, that's actually not a bad thing. So now he's probably going to find more, I can't think of their names, more horseman battles as well. Doing good about you, Garth. Excuse me. Will that hit? Oh, I was going to say that could have given Eddie a free item rock off of that, but he got kind of screwed over there. 1 pixel over to the right, that would have gotten it for him. Fan-flippin-tastic. Can you find items in any rock? In the Womb, yes, you can. What am I trying to say? The one you just saw Eddie blow up on the right is what item rocks normally look like. They're tinted a little bit more blue and have an X in the upper right-hand corner, so they're a little more obvious. However, in the Womb, they don't show. So if you blow up any rock down there, it has a chance to be one of those. So you can wind up getting a small rock out of it, which will give you damage up. You can get soul hearts. I've seen eternal hearts, keys, coins. I've seen all sorts of random stuff come out of there. Might give you lock chests, might give you great chests. There you go. Eddie's standing on an item rock right now. So that one to the right of the lower door on EddieRuckus' screen is actually an item rock. So you can see it's just slightly tinted bluer and has an X in that upper right-hand corner. In the womb, Utero, where Awakened Smoke is at. Very nice find, by the way, with that crystal ball. So that'll be soul hearts and map reveals. Always a nice thing. Nonetheless, though, basically that, when you blow it up, will give you items out of it, like, every time. In the womb, though, they hide, so it can be any of them. It's just random. So again, with that crystal ball, Awakened Smoke was able to see the entire layout of the floor, knows exactly where he's heading to now, and he's going to do some bombing through his secret room to get there quicker if he can. Kane's Eye gives you a chance when you hit the beginning of the floor that it actually shows you the entire map. Hey, what's up, Jacobs? So there is the scapular for Eddie. That will be when he gets down to half a red heart. If he does, that will spawn a full soul heart for him. That, in conjunction with that cursed skull that you saw Awakened Smoke has on his floor, will actually make you invincible. It'll port you out of rooms when you get down to the cursed skull, that is. Will port you out of rooms when you get down to that half a heart. And again, like I said, the scapular would spawn a soul heart for you. So if you have half a red heart and you keep getting down, you lose a soul heart basically. Get down to that half a red heart, get hit, teleports you out of the room, and respawns a soul heart. So technically you can't get hit in any room and still get through it, but you are invincible as long as you don't pick up red hearts. And yes, Wolf won earlier. Mind you, just barely too. Chatia put up a really good fight tonight, so. But yes, Wolf is still undefeated. Awakened Smoke looking to stay there himself if he can get through this floor. Bunch of great heals where he needed them, though. So if he can get through this double sloth room and one more, he'll be looking at his mom's heart fight. Speaking of the devil, there's Wolf. But yes, he won earlier. Like I said, that was a great job there by Chatia also. She kept those really close. She got hosed over on one of her mom fights, like, bad, in my opinion. So she kept them very close. If it hadn't been for those 4 spawns, like, instantly all shooting at her, I think she would have been fine in that one race, and it would have been a lot closer. We'd be in probably match 3 right now, because that would have been really, really close. So there's damage up and range up for Eddie with Jesus Juice. And he'll be moving on to his caves. So again, don't count him out. Again, we've seen Awakened Smoke take some damage on this run, so count nobody out of this. And again, we do a best of 3, so right now we're at 0-0. First one to take out Mom's Heart gets a point, we reset, and then we go from there again. So again, definitely don't count anybody out for the night. Oh, it is next week for Wolf versus Awaken. Ah, very nice. So we'll see if we can set up the matchup of undefeateds for next week. Otherwise, the last chance we have for that is in week 11 with Cobalt versus Wolf. But theoretically, if Awakened Smoke wins tonight, we set up an unbeaten matchup next week, so that'll be interesting. It'll definitely be the 2 division leaders, one way or the other. Actually, I take that back. Cobalt Streak would actually move ahead of Awakened Smoke because he hasn't lost yet. Yeah, and more bacon hearts, because Eddie totally needed that. Actually, I doubt he wanted to pick it up that early, but nonetheless, he'll take it. There's a little bit of protection for it with the blue heart. That is the soul heart. There's Awakened Smoke's fight. We're finally there. So again, he knew where it was, but nonetheless, we have one more room to clear, and Awakened Smoke will be looking at what would be the end of the first match here. Yeah, it's my game of the week. The over-under is 1, I guess, technically. Alright, so one last look for... Yeah, no cat ever does anything with those, honestly. Alright, so here we go with the Mom's Heart fight. Very nicely placed on the poison bomb there, so he immediately does poison damage to Mom's Heart. There's the one problem with the Pinking Shears, is his bombs are going to get kicked all over the place now. So again, kind of like having a full Meat Boy out there, or having, I can't think of the other one now, shoot. Having anything that might accidentally shoot him. Same problem, basically. So you'll notice Awakened Smoke may not drop so many bombs in the center there for fear that the Pinking Shear's body may kick them back at him, especially with those poison effects on him. But nonetheless, already working at about the 50% mark here. Very nicely placed bomb. There we go. Now that the Pinking Shear's body stays in the dead center, he'll be fine. As long as it doesn't move, that's in perfect spot right there. And he should be all good. Yeah, Peeper, thank you. That's the other one. Thank you so much, I. That's exactly the one I was thinking of. And yeah, Wolf is 6-0. I have not gotten to update the stats from the last race yet. I will do that at the end of the night. And on that note, Awakened Smoke takes the first matchup here tonight, so very nicely done, as he has taken out Mom's Heart first. So again, great job by Awakened Smoke. Eddie got just screwed over twice on those deaths. Like, he had made a comeback from his first death to actually take the lead. So keep that in mind. Like I said, nobody's ever out of these folks. But we're going to reset this real quick. Let me run a real quick block of ads in between, and I will be right back with you guys. So bear with me for about 2 minutes. We will reset this all, and we will get round 2 going. Awakened Smoke will look to finish this off and stay undefeated. EddieRuckus will look to even it up and hopefully force a Game 3. So we will be right back, folks. Alright, we should be clearing up in 1 quick second here. I don't know if this will link or not, but we'll see. That's not me, Eagle. Realize that I'm capturing 2 streams, right? Again, the things on Awakened Smoke screen and Eddie's screen are not mine, guys. Alright, so we are clear. So again, these guys are on their own Skype call, so we are about ready to start round 2 here. Again, sorry about the delay there, guys. I had to run one extra quick ad there. Nonetheless, we are good to go anytime that these racers are, so they'll be moving at their own speed. Like the, oh, fuck you, Spasm. Nice. I like that one. Nonetheless, like I said, we're good to go anytime here. Again, we're going to start up round 2 any moment. So again, Awaken Smoke leads 1-0. Later on, Mark. Take it easy. And welcome back, Magic. And again, thank you for the raid, man. But again, these two are just about ready to go here with round 2. Eddie's probably AFK or something. Wow, how did I get a knot tied in my headphone cable? Oh my god, it's like a quadruple knot. How did this happen? How? Whatever, we'll fix that later. So anywho, there we go. Like I said, we're probably going to see them start at just slightly different times. Awaken Smoke took off first. You'll see Eddie moving right now into his item room. Ooh, getting Stigmata. Very nice find for damage up. Or tears up, I should say. It's damage and tears up. You think I'd remember this. Oh, and health, for that matter. So nonetheless, great find there for Eddie. Again, Eddie is looking to even this up in 1 game apiece. We race down to the Womb 2, so whoever beats Mom's Heart first or gets a Mom kill in general. Ooh, looks like Awaken just says no thanks and resets his run. I was wondering what that holdup was. Yeah, I'm an audio engineer. You don't use wireless headsets. Trust me on that. Because how do you think they're getting power? Oh, battery, or you have to plug them in, which means when I cast 30 straight hours, I'll go through batteries the entire time. Plus, wireless for most audio things sucks ass. So you don't want that if you want any sort of quality. Holy Water means Awaken Smoke's going to reset again, would be my guess. Yes, he does. Ooh, very nice, Eagle. So let's see, a free 3 bombs for 1 use there for Awaken Smoke. He'll take those, and very nice, 2 picks. So there's the tears up I was thinking of. So his tears are, or his eyes are opened up incredibly wide. Eddie yet again is going to wind up with another cube of meat here off of his first boss. This always seems to happen in his races. He always gets a cube of meat. It doesn't just generally has worse audio, it always does. Always will, because think about all the other radio frequencies that are in there, let alone that you're putting audio on a radio frequency, because it has to have a receiver and the headset itself, so, you know what I mean? Like, you're basically using up another radio frequency for audio, so you're making the audio lesser quality in the process, because radio can't do full quality audio like that. Oh, you have no idea, man. It's as sad as it is. I'll take full credit for a lot of music that I do sounding as good as it does. Very nice. So health up already for Awaken Smoke. That's an odd find in there. Nonetheless, very great find. Beside the point, like I was saying, the audio engineers, we're what we like to refer to as the polished turd button. You can give us crap for audio. We'll make it sound at least decent. Yeah, I use the Razer Carcharias headset. That's correct. Yeah, that whopping 2-cent beggar. Like, you don't expect things for, especially on the basement, to be A, that cheap, and B, give you health that you're looking for in the basement. That's pretty lucky. So all in all, great find once again, like I said. There's Eddie's second item room already. So again, because of the resets, EddieRuckus right now in the lead by just a few rooms. Technically on the floor ahead of Awaken Smoke, but they are very, very small floors, so this lead is literally at seconds right now. So again, never count anybody out of this, but Eddie looking to even this up in 1 game apiece and force to game 3. Awaken Smoke looking to stay undefeated, bringing on a matchup of 6-0s next week if at all possible. Because he is facing off against Wolf next week, so keep in mind we could have an undefeated matchup next week, or Eddie could be the first to take out one of our undefeateds here. So we'll see which happens first, but again, good luck to both. Obviously, we are looking for some damn good races. We've had them up to this point. So when these continue, awesome. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Eddie might be in a little bit of trouble here because it's stabby time on the left. Mom's Knife for Awaken Smoke. Uh-oh. That is a carry item, folks. This could get interesting very quick. So again, you want to see a really quick run being done, get Mom's Knife. If you know how to use it, this is way overpowered. When you go to boss fights, it'll show why. Awaken will rip through bosses now. So again, Eddie is looking for some sort of carry item at this point because he's going to need one. That Mom's Knife will tear boss fights to shreds, and that is the biggest time sink in these runs. At least in my opinion it is. So the quicker you can get through boss fights, the better. But man, that is a huge carry item for Awaken Smoke yet again. So he will move on to his second boss fight, right where Eddie is at the moment. Now watch the difference. 1 hit, 2 hits, over. Eddie's still fighting his boss. Yeah, Mom's Knife, only a bit overpowered. Oh, by the way, that brings another good point. When you see those little black flies that Awakened Smoke just killed, by the way, got tears up with the wire coat hanger, so he'll release the charge faster on a full charge for the knife. So it'll fly further quicker. Yeah, get carried, son. The background music is the Binding of Isaac soundtrack that I bought with the game on Steam. So I'm playing this straight off of the soundtrack. The last song that played was called the Clubbing of Isaac remix, if you're curious. Like, are you for real? What's up, Quickfire? How you doing? And again, what's up, everybody? Sorry I haven't been calling everybody out by name like that, but it is impossible for me to keep up on chat and 2 races at the same time. So again, usually I'm way better about that, but nights like this, I try to be as good as I can, but it's not that easy to keep up all the time. So apologies again, but again, welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys so much again for all the support. Thank you for supporting both of the racers, as always. Yeah, that's on the soundtrack. All this is straight off the soundtrack and normal in-game music. This is the intro music right here without the voiceover. So you normally hear like, Isaac's mom. I love you above all else, Lord. Like, think about that being said over this. This is the intro music. There's a quarter for Awakened Smoke, so not what you're looking to find in your item room, but hey, it's money. Maybe it'll help if he goes to his store or finds that blue candle. There's a bright side to everything, if you happen across that bright side. So there you go. Oh, absolutely, absolutely you should. For example, I paid $8 for the game and the expansion pack and the soundtrack. And between just the game and the expansion pack, I have 800 hours plus. So, yeah. In my opinion, yeah, without question, this game is worth it. At $60, this game would be worth it. I would have paid that gladly and still gotten way more than my money's worth out of it. I've played this game more than I've played probably any other game besides about Final Fantasy IV in decades. So I've gotten much more than my money's worth out of it. It's a phenomenal deal. It's a really phenomenal game. The randomness to it means you're probably never going to have the exact same run ever twice. It's just a beautiful thing. It honestly is. Yeah, finds light side, light burns out. Oh, that'd be too fitting. Oh, love it, I love it. So anyways, excuse me. Again, Awakened Smoke has a Caves XL floor. There's Mom's purse showing up in Eddie's item room. He has no trinket at the moment, so he might just pass on that, and indeed he does. So again, that would give Eddie 2 trinket spots. He has 0 at the moment, though. So it's kind of not exactly worth it. Awakened Smoke does have an XL floor at the moment, so he has both of his caves floors jammed together into one. So he's already found one of his item rooms, yet to find his second item room or his 2 bosses. But technically speaking, again, moved just slightly ahead of Eddie because of that XL floor. Let's see, Eddie just found the I've Seen Everything classes, so you'll see that he has instant access into and out of every entrance to secret rooms and super secret rooms. So as he comes across them, you'll just see bomb holes already in walls. He's going to go look for a super secret, it looks like, because he is hoping to find an Eternal Heart, I would imagine. And indeed, he's going to. So he should find it in this last room to the left, because I don't think there's anywhere else. Lo and behold, there it is. And nice, lo and behold, there's an Eternal Heart in there, so now he knows that he's got that. He's going to go kill the boss and come back for that. Again, assuming that he remembers. Ooh, that mini-boss room for Awakened Smoke. Not what he was hoping for, especially with this particular version of Envy he's fighting. Because this gets to be a real pain in the butt. More health on these, but with Mom's Knife, he will rip through this pretty quick. It's a matter of lining up Mom's Knife correctly. I tend to misfire Mom's Knife on this fight all the time and get hit constantly. So Awakened Smoke doing a much better job than I ever do at this. Definitely much more skilled with the knife than I. I'm much better with Brimstone, honestly. I love Mom's Knife. It is great, but I love Brimstone. I am so much more accurate with that. Ooh, wow, an attack fly off of that fight. Don't see that often, so Forever Alone is a nice find for Awakened Smoke there. Wow, Eddie bought both of the items, so he got the Pact and Brimstone, it looks like. Speaking of Brimstone, so Eddie buys both of his Devil Deal items. Very nice find. So we got Mom's Knife versus Brimstone for the second week in a row rocking here. Very cool. Very, very awesome. Yeah, Brimstone equals love. Exactly, Quickfire. I freaking adore Brimstone. So the reason Eddie was willing to buy both of those is, like you saw, he knew where his Super Secret Room and an Eternal Heart were. So he'll replace one of those hearts he just spent. Oof. Wake and Smoke not getting lucky again, getting the pill jar in his store. Says no thanks, he'll buy the other two items. Oh, actually, he almost bought it. He was thinking about it. He was considering it. Oh my god, look at Eddie's character. Those eyeballs. Wow. That is a nasty looking Brimstone build. Just the way his character looks. I don't think I've ever seen that look on Brimstone before, but that is pretty boss looking. That looks really cool. With the blood dripping down from a distance, that just looks really strange, especially with the glasses on. Wow, does that look weird. So here's a little trick. You just saw what Eddie did. He had a real short fire on his Brimstone there. He started charging his next charge during that shot. So that actually canceled out the shot he was doing and started his new charge. So you have to be really careful with Brimstone. Let the entire shot fire. You'll almost see it tick twice. Once that second one disappears, start your next charge. So sometimes it'll screw you over, but you pretty much have to, otherwise you gimp the damage it does. And I do mean you will gimp it. Yeah, exactly. If he gets a blood bag at this point, life complete. Like, that would be the nastiest looking Brimstone build if Eddie can wind up with a blood bag. I would love to see that. I would love to see how that looks. That's one of the cool things about this game, too, is, like, just the different amount of combinations of items together, your character winds up looking really strange sometimes. And I always find that fun. I don't know why, but I find something really fun about seeing a different look to my character every time I play. And that's one of the beautiful things about the randomness, and that's why I love what Edmund did with this game, with so many items, so many ways to combine them all. And, I mean, just, you're going to look different every time. You're going to see a different combination of items almost every day that you play. I'd say every time, but I've seen a few runs almost back-to-back with the same items. There's that second piece of Meat Boy for Eddie, so now he's got an orbital that also fires. Now it's Brimstone versus Brimstone as Eddie faces off against Krampus here, looking for a very nice item right now. Think about Brimstone and what Cole does. As your shot travels further, it does more damage, right? Still applies on Brimstone. You basically max out your damage from a distance with Brimstone. Pardon me. See, I knew I wasn't the only one. Dragosaur agrees completely on that. Yeah, exactly. Like Chatia's run at Eddie's first run. Exactly. Like, I mean, just crazy looks on him sometimes. And, like, for example, now with the Cole on there, I haven't seen what Eddie looks like, but sometimes that affects you in pretty cool-looking ways. So there is a much higher damage Brimstone for Eddie. He's going to say no thanks to that greed fight. And try over to the left. So, again, he is the first onto his depths at the moment. Again, Awakened Smoke was in the lead at one point here and fell just slightly behind with this XL floor because it was huge. And I do mean huge. So he's taking through some pills right now. There's some range up, looks like. I can't read that one. That was a pretty fly. Very nice finds. And his second boss fight will be Little Chad. So if he gets, or I'm sorry, Chad, he'll get Little Chad as his reward from this item. Or from this boss. There you go. That will wind up spawning red hearts every few rooms for him. So always a nice thing, especially when you need heals later on. Eddie's going to wind up buying, looks like, a red heart and a soul heart out of his store here in the depths. And he'll be moving on. Looks like more range up, which, again, Awakened Smoke doesn't exactly need, but he'll take the pill anyways, because why not? Getting turbo lag? God, not that I'm aware of. Like on the streams themselves or in chat, you mean, Otaku? Because I've seen sometimes where, like, I'm not sure if chat just wasn't talking or if it froze for a second, but not myself. Either way. So, not saying hopefully that's just your end, but hopefully that's just your end, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I think you know what I mean. I'm not wishing lag on you, I'm just saying hopefully it's not Twitch or something. Oh, the stream. Yeah, I haven't dropped any frames, and I'm not seeing any lag myself. Alright, so both on the Depths 1, both looking for item rooms, also both looking for their boss fights. We'll see if either of them's actually willing. For example, Eddie, I know, is willing to skip over item rooms. It's just a matter of if he actually finds his boss fight first. And in this situation, it would make sense for him to actually go ahead and do his boss fight and just move on. Because knowing that he's behind 1-0 right now, he's got to win this matchup. So any little advantage, especially against somebody running with Mom's Knife, you may actually take depending on how this works out. So again, if Eddie comes across his boss fight first, we'll see what he chooses to do. Yeah, there's another great question. Anybody that just said, agreed with Otaku that they were getting lag, are you using Comcast? Because that is probably a huge portion of it all right there. And Otaku asked that question, not me. And we all know my quote-unquote love of Comcast and how good they've been to me. Wow, another Eternal Heart for Eddie. My god. Yet another one. So whoever's in the right side of the races tonight is just finding Eternal Hearts galore. Chatia found 4 on the same run at one point. Now Eddie's finding them ridiculously. That's the second one he's found in the last, I think, 3 floors. Might only be in the last 2 floors. But yeah, those bacon hearts are just everywhere on the right-hand side. Yeah, for me, I'm on Comcast, and I've had a decent night. The only thing that took a while the one time was chat loading, but I figure that's because of the LOL tournament or whatever it is that's going on, and hey, who cares? It loaded, and it's been fine since, so that's the only issue I've had, personally. So Eddie, with enough money, will go back to his store, grab... Wow, yet another Wheel of Fortune card. More important part was that he grabbed the treasure map out of there, so he's going to be able to see the layout of his floors. Awaken Smoke with a very interesting library with both the Book of Shadows and Book of Belial. And his decision was Book of Shadows, so he's going to take 12 seconds of invincibility with him. Again, I do not blame him, but it is kind of fun to mess around with the Mom's Knife and that time and a half damage from Book of Belial. You think you rip through boss fights quickly beforehand? Yeah, add more damage to Mom's Knife. You can one-hit some of them. I'm not joking. If you get Polyphemus and Mom's Knife, you will one-hit most bosses. It's disgusting. Yeah, right, Smokehead Lemon Mishap. Why would you get rid of that? That was such a carry item. It's actually not terrible. Again, it was one of those things like Chatia was using the bean earlier to her advantage very, very well. So, case in point, there was more... I think that was Tears Up. I couldn't read what it was, sadly. And a bad gas pill. So again, kind of like I was saying, the bean. You'll see Awaken Smoke, if he ever uses that pill, basically has a use of the bean. But with that poison AoE, it's actually very useful. Oh, wow. And Mom's Contacts for EddieRuckus on top of his Brimstone. Wow, I don't think I've had that combo either, but he's going to get freeze effects on his Brimstone shots. Oh, and he's going to need him because he's fighting the bloat. So there you go. He froze one of the eyeballs in place there. The second one that he froze was because of the Mom's Pad that he used. Awaken Smoke's last item room will be the Lucky Foot. Interesting. So that's definitely an interesting find. Way late on that, though. At least it's free. It could be worse. That could have been in a Devil Deal and cost him money. So that could have been far worse. Eddie ripping through the bloat fight. Nicely done. Takes that magic 8-ball, which I believe is shot speed up. It says Tears Up, but I believe that is shot speed up. Ooh, very nice. A Sun card that's a full heal, damage to the room, and a map reveal. So, very nice find. He doesn't need the map reveal at all, but that is a full heal sitting there for Eddie, along with damage to the enemies in the room that he uses it in. But yeah, that Mom's Contact with the freeze effect. He isn't going to really have too many normal enemies that survive the first Brimstone hit, but with bosses, that could freeze them in place, and if it does, that is absolute GG on those bosses. He will rip them to shreds. Same thing, if for whatever reason Awaken Smoke can wind up with Mom's Contact, the same effect would add to his knife, and that would literally be GG on any boss that he came across. I just made that rhyme. Ugh. Wow. Okay, double ridiculous combination for EddieRuckus. He's now got the compass as well as the map. And wow, the halo for Awaken Smoke in his God Room. These dueling builds, oh my god. I wish we were going to the chest right about now, because these are ridiculous builds going on. So again, both are on the Depths 2 right now. Eddie says Necropolis, but that is a Depths 2. Keep in mind, he knows exactly where he's going to get to both his item room and his boss. Awaken Smoke does not, and he just got to this floor. So Eddie is definitely in the lead and definitely has a huge advantage with those items. Again, he's also got a full heal card with that Sun card. Would be a map reveal that he doesn't need. Ooh, and Mr. Mega. So now he's got increased bomb size and 5 extra bombs as well, so also a very nice find. Yeah, this is one of the more insane combos that we've seen side by side at the moment, so this is pretty awesome, actually. This is one of the awesome combos we've had. So let's see, Eddie's got random pills that he's going to leave behind. Obviously knew where his boss fight was and is there, though he is at 1 heart right now. Hoping to make it through. There we go. I was going to say, so he's at 1.5 hearts. Waken says no thanks to the item box. Has no real need for it. So if and when Eddie gets hit during this fight, he'll probably use that Sun card as a full heal slash kill everything else in the room moment. But we'll see if he even needs to get that used. Hopefully he doesn't. Because if you use Brimstone correctly in these fights, you should actually be completely okay. It's a matter of just getting one of those enemies charging at the wrong time, though. But Eddie, about 50% of the way through, doing a phenomenal job. Wicked Smoke tried to get into his item room without actually killing enemies first, it looked like. That was kind of funny looking. So there's Eddie at half a heart using the Sun card. A Rainbow Baby for Awakened Smoke, and Eddie clears his boss fight. I didn't see what it was that he got, but I think it was health up. Yes, it was. So Eddie, the first onto the womb, gets Utero again, might I add. We've seen, like, nothing but Utero floors tonight. I'm not sure that we've seen a normal womb yet. Anywho, so Eddie working his way straight on over to his boss, because as you can see, there are no stores, there are no item rooms on the womb. But again, he is the first to the womb, looking to even this up at 1 race apiece right now, or 1 match apiece in this race, I should say. Awakened Smoke did win the first one. We do a best of 3. So Eddie looking to even it up and force a deciding game 3. Awakened Smoke still looking to catch up and finish it up. But again, Eddie with the compass and the map right now, getting kind of map carried. Everybody forgets about the wrench. Yeah, so again, what Otaku said, anybody that's lagging right now, that has errors to report at any point for that matter within Twitch, there is a cog wrench or a fly wrench, whatever you want to call it, down below the stream. If you click on that, there is a button within it called Report Problem, and then you can break it down from there and report whatever's going on. So whether it be like, hey, we've got, you know, this ad is like 10,000 times too loud, or, you know, like, hey, my video stopped working after half an hour, or, you know, after 5 minutes it's just a pure lag ball. Like, whatever, that type of thing. Report it to them. Let them know what's going on. That way they can actually help fix it, instead of people just being like, oh, it doesn't work. You know, that way they'll know exactly what it is that is not, quote, working. So, you know, that way they'll actually get on it. So, I had so few people use that, it's nuts. Most people don't even know about that wrench down there, honestly. From what I've seen, like, oh yeah, if you go to that wrench down there, like, oh wow, I've never seen that. Oh, that's weird. I've never seen the Mom's Contact freeze one of the duplicates of Conquest before. That's an interesting trolley situation right there. So again, both on their Womb 1 boss fights. I was gonna say, Eddie getting just out of the way of Conquest there. Wow, that was close. Is down at half a heart, so getting a little sketchy there. I'm sorry, Awaken is not at his boss fight. That was a mini-boss, and I'm a derp. So Eddie with that white horse will take flying. He's going to hope for a few item rocks. No such luck. No more bombs left, and he'll be moving on to Womb 2. Ooh, he does have an arcade on the way. Will Eddie be lucky enough? Oh, wow. Damage up on the Steven tumor for Eddie in the first room of the womb. My God. All right, so oh man, you definitely can't argue that. I also wouldn't, if I were Eddie, move out any further. Because he's down at half a heart again with this terrible, terrible room layout. And he cannot bomb out of it. So if I were Eddie, I would be hanging on this rock the entire time like it was my bestest buddy. Now, what's up, Timmy? How you doing, man? Again, almost done with this room. Eddie will be so happy when this room is over. Guaranteed, he will be the happiest man alive when this room is done. Yeah, white horse this run, black horse last 2 runs. Oh, nice, and a 1 heart heal. Oh, Eddie's breathing easier. Oh, did it move on the new layout? My bad. My bad. What's up, Shadow? How you doing? Yeah, old buddy, old chum. I said report problem, not report channel. Huge difference. Huge difference, guys. Report channel is like, hey, Crumps is doing something like an asshole and needs to be shut down. Report problem. Problem. Not stream. Not channel. Problem. Yeah, exactly. They're using the wrong report. Don't report me. See, Otaku, this is why you need, like, gigantic fucking buttons that slap you in the face with information. Because case in point of why, like, I'll show you in between the race when I had to, like, people kept asking what time it started at, so I made the text huge on my intro screen. Yeah, maybe they have a problem with your channel. So anyways, Eddie's on the Mom's Heart fight right now. Got a pretty much entire full heal plus a little extra in his arcade by blowing up the machines. So again, he is at 4 hearts right here. He's looking to even this up in 1 race apiece. Ooh, Awaken just found his Womb 1 boss fight. So again, because of that compass and the map, Eddie knew exactly where he was going on these floors. And that, as you can see, for Awaken Smoke covering twice the rooms on the floor earlier, it's a huge help. So that was a big find for Eddie. And he is already under halfway left, or got under half damage left, I should say, on Mom's Heart. So this hit should, actually one more, probably ought to keep it lives out for the rest of the time. Oh, Duke, yeah, we don't involve logic with things like that. Just saying. But Eddie, just about done. That womb heart, or the womb heart. Wow. Again, weird wording, Crumps. Anywho, Eddie finishes it off, evens this up in 1 game apiece, and if I would hit the right buttons, that would actually show. Yeah, I almost edited Eddie's entire window instead of the number on there. Let me try that again. There's what I'm looking for. Now we're tied up at 1. Wow, did I almost do something stupid there. Almost put a gigantic 1 in place of Eddie's video screen. That would have been hilarious. Anyways, so again, congratulations, Eddie. Great race on that one. He came back from a deficit on that one too, might I add, guys. That Brimstone build got ridiculously overpowered, though. That was freaking awesome to see. That was an awesome side-by-side matchup. Had Awaken with the knife, had Eddie with Brimstone. That was just cool. Let me try that again. Let me run 2 ads really quick in between races here, and we will start up the 3rd and final one. So again, the deciding factor here, Awaken Smoke looking to stay undefeated, needs this win. Eddie looking to stay in playoff contention, also desperately needs this win. So we will start up in about 1 more minute here, guys. Let me run a really quick 2 ads. I will give you the links to the channels other than this, or the channels involved in this, I should say. And I will be right back with you. Thank you again for the support. Be right back, guys. Eddie, Russell Wilson! Oh, wait, hold on. I think I got the wrong idea with that. True story. Wait, hold on. Yeah, not what I meant. Anyways, damn, that was fun. Saw somebody ask really quickly how to get involved with these races. Basically, this is, even though it says Isaac Races down there, that should actually be like Isaac League, but I'm stupid and forgot to tell Viz to do that. Anyways, so we use the same backdrop for the monthly races. Yep, I see you, Chatia. I see you now. Probably had to refresh, didn't you? You got duffed, didn't you? Anywho, we do have monthly races that you guys can sign up for. If that links. Absolutely we can. If I can find them, gamer. No, we can't. I can't find my cat. Never mind. I was going to say that we could have one, but no, we can't. I do not see my cat, sadly. Otherwise, I'd give you a cat cam. Anyways, so there's the sign-ups. Tonight's the last night to sign up for the monthly races for this month. We'll have more next month, hopefully. But again, tonight's the last night to sign up. I will randomize that list because we have 80-some-odd sign-ups. There are 16 spots available. We do basically, in the span of one night, we get all 16 racers going groups of 4 against each other, knocking it down to one group of 4, take that down to just the 2 into the final. So we do like 3 rounds, basically. But there's your way to get in on these type of races. That's pretty much the best that you can do at this point. We will have a Season 2 of this actual league coming up. Let me get you the league information right now for what we have going on with this one. This one's already halfway through it, so nobody else can get in on this one. But we will have a second coming up sometime, probably around like the end of April, May, somewhere in that range. And of course, now the league's not going to link. Beside the point, though, like I said, it's basically going to be coming up sometime around May, maybe June. We'll see. There we go with round 3 getting underway. Sorry, I forgot to say that these guys are on a Skype call, and they are going to start whenever they are ready. So I forgot to tell them that in advance. Sorry, guys, I should have said that. But again, good luck to both racers. I'm so sorry I forgot to tell you that you could start. That's me rambling. Anyways, both have their item rooms. Uh-oh. Flash totally crashed on me. Son of a bitch. What timing? Right as you guys start racing. Fucking Flash totally crashes out. Awesome sauce. So let me refresh everything. Reload. Reload. This will be a quick second. There we go. So I saw Super Meat Fan for Eddie. Hold on, I have to reload my chat too. God damn it. There we go. All right, let me make sure everything's in the right spot in OBS. Yes, it is. We are good. All right, so sorry about that. My Flash crashed on me. There's my chat back. Now I can see you guys again. So that happened. Yeah, don't forget to use the wrench. Don't report my channel. Report a problem, not my channel. Huge difference. Oh, I love that Flash waited for that perfect time right there. Like, yeah, they just started. Well, pfft. So Eddie got Super Meat Fan, as I can see. Looks like Wake and Smoke just got the item box, and he got Brother Bobby as his item. So I think we're caught up on everything. I think. Here's hoping. Yeah, Flash used complete lack of functionality. It was completely effective because, hey, that's what it does. Also, it crashed out that page, too. Interesting. I guess I'll reload that page. Sure. Because why not? There we go. Awesome. So, Eddie just about done with his first boss fight. Awaken already on his basement, too. But Eddie will be about, 2 to 3 steps behind him here. There we go. Ooh, Cat of 9 fails. At least he gets a heal and a soul heart out of that. So this could have turned out worse, but Eddie will move on to the next floor. I suppose that's one way that you guys could really let Twitch know that you want me to have a subscriber button. I've already applied, so whatever. I have to apply again like next month at this rate, but not a big deal either way. It'll happen at some point, so they'll catch on. There's number 1 for Awaken Smoke, so he's got, I believe that gives you damage up. It also drops your range down to like absolute minimum, so you'll notice he's gonna basically faceplant anything that he's fighting, and hope for some range up pills. At this point, I would start taking damn near every pill I found, hoping that that's what it was, and he's gonna do exactly that. Finds bad gas this time, but nonetheless, great choice right there in my opinion. Because the more range up you find, the much more useful, or number 1 rather, becomes much more useful at that point. Because it's very good fire rate, it's really good damage. It just has really crappy range. Max fire rate and range all the way down, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought it upped your damage by 1 or something too, so it is just maxing out your fire rate instead. I don't mind it, quite honestly. If you can pick up enough range up, it's great. Tonight's going to be the last night to sign up for the races, so basically at like somewhere around 3 hours from now, I'll probably completely shut those down, and then I'll randomize the list from there. But basically, whenever tonight ends, I'm going to shut those down, and then we'll randomize it tomorrow, give everybody a week to kind of plan ahead. Wow, really, Schwer? I don't like being that close to enemies. Like, what Awakened Smoke has to deal with right there, I wouldn't like that at all. Having to be that close, especially on triple shots. But he's going to be the first on to Caves 1. Again, we are in a deciding Game 3 right now, guys. Both have won. Awakened Smoke won the first race. EddieRuckus just tied it up at 1 apiece. So both are looking to get their second win in a best of 3 and actually take the night. Awakened Smoke looking to stay undefeated, go to 6-0, and actually get a matchup next week with Wolf, who is also 6-0. EddieRuckus looking to knock Awaken out of the unbeatens and also keep himself in playoff position in his division, because if he wins, he is definitely looking at playoff positioning right now. So there's a Rosary for Awakened Smoke plus a few other Soul Hearts. So he is getting a ridiculous Soul Heart build. Oh yeah, absolutely right. No, she was really close though. Chatia got really hosed. You're going to have to go back through the highlights. One of her mom fights was just unfair to her. She was tied with Wolf at that point, and she just got absolutely cheaped by the spawns. So, in my opinion, that one wasn't her fault. But basically, the other one was really close, too. Like, it was close all night. So, those were really good races, quite honestly. Oh, wow. Number 1 for both racers. So, again, we're working with really odd builds here. I don't think I guarantee we've never seen both racers with number 1 at the same time. So here we go with some real close-up, face-to-face action. They're going to be slow dancing with all these enemies here. So this will be interesting. Yeah, don't cross the streams. Could cause an entire plutonic reversal of every atom inside your body. I forget the exact quote, but it's something along those lines. And then they cross streams. Diana. It totally does tonight. I don't know what's up with that. We've had very similar runs. It's been very odd. How about peeing as much as Awaken does? A, he should probably want to go see a doctor. B, why does the pee injure things? Go see a doctor. Who cares if it's bleeding in there, too? At that point, you need a doctor one way or the other. The blood's just an extraneous, like, hey, really, go see the doctor, dude. Like... Oh, damn, I didn't even think about that. It is 111. Too bad it's the year 13, but even so, like, 111 on 111 would have been kind of cool, but I missed both of them already sleeping, so yeah, there goes that idea. No, the RNG is not based on time. What does the R in RNG stand for? I'll wait for that answer. What does the R in RNG stand for? And then look up the definition of that word. So there's a pack for Awakened Smoke. Wow, and he's going to take Guppy's Paw, too. So there goes that last red heart that he had. And he's actually going to take that over the D6. Interesting. So in case he does come across any other red hearts, he will turn them immediately into soul hearts. Still catch 11-1. Touche. Equals regional. Oh, I love it. Reliable number generator. It always pops out a 1. Yeah, let's find a number. 1. Let's find another number. 1. Let's find another 1. So there's growth hormones. I hate saying that word, but nonetheless, speed and damage up for Awakened Smoke, so exactly kind of what you want to find. He still needs range, but the fact that he can move quick and has good damage on that now, definitely nice. Eddie looking for some heals. Has one right outside of his boss room, so at least he can get to that. But also, obviously, looking for his item room here. Again, both are I'm sorry, Awakened Smoke is on Caves 2. God, I can't say people's names tonight. Awakened Smoke is on Caves 2. EddieRuckus is on Caves 1, one floor behind him. Jeez, that took forever to spit out. No, the point is not that. Again, the point, and you didn't even answer my question, what does the R stand for in RNG? Random. Look up the word random and tell me how that's based on something when it's random. And being that some of us have heard Edmund talk plenty about this game, I guarantee you it's not based on time. I will flat out guarantee you, even with Edmund not being in the room, unless you can link me Edmund saying that or Florian telling me that because he programmed it, flat out, I won't buy that in any way, shape, or form. It's random. Random is random. It's the same thing. Like, you might see the same numbers. There are some hearts for Eddie, finally. You might see the same numbers show up in, like, the lotto or something like that. Like, even, like, 2-3 weeks in a row. But it's still random as hell. Ooh, so there's the Fallen for Awaken Smoke. See, again, I'm not screwing up people's names anymore. Should just say Awaken and Eddie. It would make this a lot easier. Anyways, the Fallen will... ooh, that was close. We'll wind up... And there we go again. Lo and behold, on the same night, if you don't reset, like turn off your game and turn it back on, yes, you're going to wind up with a lot of the same items because that's how it randomizes at the beginning. So it's definitely not on time. It like randomizes it at the beginning of the night because you'll see the same items all night if you don't shut your game down. So there's case in point that Eddie's seeing the same stuff. Nonetheless, Awaken, once he kills this boss off, which, that was close too, we'll wind up with a Devil Deal set of items. So we'll see what he winds up with. That could be anything from Brimstone to... He's already picked up the Pact and Guppy's Paw, so those are out. But it can be anything else that shows up in there. Speaking of, there's Guppy's Tail, so he's now 2 pieces of Guppy in. And at this point, he would actually gladly take the 9 Hearts Guppy, because he... Or 9 Lives, I should say, Guppy. Because he has no red hearts to lose in the process. So he would stay at exactly the same amount of soul hearts and actually gain a few extras because of the fact, well, a few extra red hearts, because if he died, he'd come back to life with 1 red heart each time. So technically speaking, that would only be health up for him, and he would turn into full-on Guppy at that point. So Awaken got pretty lucky with that find. Whoa, that was close. You're giving something that random is based off of. Yeah, the list of items. So yes, there's a % chance that you're going to get everything, but that's how it's random. There's how many items in this game? 198 that you have to collect, or 196 or something like that. I forget how the hell many it is. But that, well, that's counting like all the cards and everything. But even so, there's a % chance that in any item room you're going to find any of the items that can spawn in there, but it's random, and it's based off of that percentage. And they're all equal, so it's you're getting, basically at this point, like an equal chance on everything. So it is random. That is the whole point. Ah, 197. Damn it, I was close. So close on that. Ooh, the meat. So there we go. Very nice find. So Awakened with some damage up and tears up on, or I'm sorry, damage up and health up. You notice that did not give him a red heart. He had actually overspent technically, I think, on his red heart somehow, and that didn't actually give him health. Or he instantly used his Guppy's Paw, and I did not see it, but that would have been really odd because I would have noticed that usually. Nonetheless, Eddie with those stem cells got more health up on the last floor. Again, he is on Caves 2, still 1 floor behind Awaken Smoke, but again, pretty well in line with him as far as the build goes. So we'll see Awaken Smoke taking a little extra time here in this challenge room. Or Blood Challenge Room, I'm sorry. I keep calling him by the wrong name like an idiot. However, Awaken Smoke also, from the looks of it, has an XL floor, even though it doesn't say it. Excuse me again, hold on a second. Man, those hiccups tonight. Good lord. Anywho, so Eddie is fighting his boss already here for Caves 2. Has not found his item room yet, but probably knowing that he's behind, I would almost bet skips his item room. I would almost bet. He's pretty early on, though. He might go looking for it. We'll have to see, but knowing that he's behind, I know Eddie well enough that he might skip that. Again, depends. It really depends on a few factors. That is the ugliest cat I have ever seen. Ah, that's what it was. That's what I did notice that Awaken Smoke's got the Liberty Cap. Great point on that one. So what happened was Liberty Cap gave Awaken Smoke health up in the room where he first got Guppy's Paw. So technically speaking, he overused Guppy's Paw. Technically speaking, he can also cheat Guppy's Paw right now. So if he winds up in a room where, like, he can walk in and out of doors in rooms that he's cleared, and mind you, I wouldn't do this in a race, and I think that'd be kind of cheating at that point, but nonetheless, he could actually completely, as I said, cheat it, and walk in and out of rooms until he gets the health up type of mushrooms. Also, ouch, Eddie's getting really close here. This is sketchy. Nonetheless, but he could basically walk in and out, get that free heart. Ouch, Eddie down again. Get that free heart, use it, get 3 soul hearts, leave the room, come back in, do the same thing over and over again, basically. So he could actually cheat that as much as he wanted to. So for those who don't know, that's a good way to build up some hearts if you need it. Eddie again with Spoonbender. Damn, those homing tears tonight, all over the place. Ouch, and a tears down right off the bat with the pills. Kind of surprised Eddie didn't restart that one. Again, don't count anybody out, because Awaken Smoke right now with no red hearts, or no red heart containers, I should say. So keep that in mind. It's not like it's game over by any means here. Awaken needs some soul hearts, without question. Definitely, at least to play it safe or feel a little bit more secure in his build, Awaken definitely needs some of those. Yeah, like for example, like Final Fantasy IV, I will totally agree. The RNG is, how do I want to phrase that? The RNG is based off of how much time you spend on the main menu before you actually start the game. So from that point, it will pick, let's say, and by the way, there you go, again, Awaken Smoke got that Liberty Cap effect. Beside the point. So for Final Fantasy IV, yes, the RNG is based off of time. So however long you spend on the main menu affects what order you get your battles in, like what type of level up stats you get, all sorts of weird stuff like that. So yes, it can be. But that is one of the few that's like that. So I'll say that right now. That is one of the very few RNGs in that faction, or that works in that fashion. Because I know, trust me, I went to a school where we have video game programmers. That's a step above and beyond that most people don't give two craps about. So they will completely skip over that in programming. Believe you me, I can vouch for that. Believe me, I know a lot of video game programmers. They're looking for shortcuts, and that's a step above and beyond as far as the RNG goes. So most won't do that. There are some that do, but not all of them. Some games it makes much more sense to do it as well. Oh, he did get a health up pill, okay. I thought he just got the Liberty Cap effect. I completely missed the pill. Because he's got his name just barely over where those things read, so sometimes I can't see what they are, and I didn't notice the red effect on him. That's the other thing. If you don't notice what the pills do, you can tell by what color it turns your character what actually happened to him. If it's red, it's health up. If it's blue, it's range up. I think that's also tears, isn't it? Speed is yellow. Luck is green. Trying to think what else. I think that covers them all. I think. I might have been missing one. Anyway, there's the Ouija board for Eddie, so he gets Spectral Tears. He'll be able to shoot through rocks, kind of like Ghost Tears, if you will. There you go. You can see him moving through that rock in the front. Oh, excuse me. Ow. Also, excuse me again. That one hurt like hell. So Awaken Smoke looking for that secret room. Does not find it. Just had to try it there because he got the free bomb use, so why the heck not? So he'll be working his way back on through. Again, still looking for both item rooms and both boss fights here on the depths. So Eddie's got plenty of time still. Is there anything going on after the race? I'll probably still cast later on, but I'm going to take a little break in between because I've been on for quite a few, well, not quite a few hours, but I've been on for like 3 hours at this point. So I'll take a little break, but I'll be back on with something, I'm sure. Almost always. No problem, Drago. I try to make it a little more obvious what the items do so that I don't have to rely on people asking what it is all the time. I figure that way, you know, just in case you're kind of new to the game, or, I mean, there's 197 random items, so there's tons of stuff, and I figure, you know what, like, I mean, you know, you might as well go over all of it, because some of the things are so close together. Even I screw up a lot of stuff, and I put in, you know, counting all this stuff over 1,000 hours, and I still screw up what items do. I mean, there's so much. So I figure it's the least I can do is, like, you know, okay, this does this, you know, name what all the items do, or what combinations of items might do for somebody, that type of stuff. I figure it's just a little bit easier that way, because there is so much to learn with this, and you're almost never going to stop learning. Ooh, let's see, rarest item for me is probably the Sacred Heart. I get that so infrequently. Yeah, prayer card's pretty rare too, honestly. That's very few and far between. Alright, so that was Dad's key for Awaken Smoke. Obviously, he's not going to take that. That has a chance, if you're fighting the boss and you use it, that you'll hear the Devil Door or God Door open. Same thing, I think it also opens most other locks, though I never use it. It's kind of a crappy item. I never use the damn thing. So again, case in point, like, I never use it, so I don't even know exactly what it does. I've just not found any good usages for it. Which is funny, because right off the bat, they had said it where the random percentage on Sacred Heart was, like, through the roof. And then Edmund flat out said at one point, like, yeah, we basically, after the first week, like, dropped all the good item drop rates, because, like, we wanted to see the cool stuff. And he's like, yeah, that's over now. He's like, so enjoy the real version of Wrath of the Lamb. Gosh, shit. So, yeah, like, I was getting Epic Fetus and Sacred Heart, like, all the time that first week or two. After that, haven't seen him, like, since. Now, you can use a lot of stuff to farm money from Greed. All you have to do is have him spawn one of the Greed heads, kill Greed off, leave the room, come back in, like, leave the Greed head alive, leave the room, come back in, it'll respawn Greed for you. So you can farm money off of him really easily. And Eddie with Chocolate Milk has the ability to either charge or fire rapidly on his own with his shots now. Yeah, see, there's another really hit-and-miss item. She even just said it. Like, she doesn't like it. I don't mind Chocolate Milk so bad, because I don't mind spamming my own shots. You can basically make your own fire rate with it. So I don't mind that so much, especially if I know that, like, you know, charging at some points would be kind of useful. But I tend to forget quite often, and I'll be charging it when I think I'm rapid-firing just by holding the button down. And I'll have completely forgotten that I'm using Chocolate Milk, and all I'm doing is charging. So it does happen sometimes. And let's see, Awaken Smoke. Oh, wow. Does not really need that, but he got Pyro in the last round. Now he's got Skeleton Key. So in the last 2 rounds, he's had 99 bombs, actually 109, and 99 keys. Let alone he actually got a bombs or key pill, so he's flipped those out about 3 times each as well. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I can get rough on the fingers, that is true. I'm kind of used to using my keyboard like that anyways, though, so it's not that big of a stretch for me. Haha, no pun intended. Stretch. Hurt your wrist? Okay, you get the idea. Alright, so going for that little item, hey, why not? Tammy's Head. So there you go, you can see what that does. Notice that it also takes your range into effect. Tammy's Head takes your entire tier formula on. So if you have low range but high damage, so does Tammy's Head. It shoots out the exact same type of shots you have. So it can be a little interesting. A little interesting. Hey, can you stop doing that to the... Yeah. The blanket doesn't appreciate it, cat. It doesn't love you back. Trust me, it's not worth it. You've whiffed your way down the bar skank ladder and you've landed on the blankets, for God's sake. Alright? Trust me, you're not winning, cat. Sorry, I'm explaining a few things to my cat, who is attempting to make the blanket his bitch. Let's put it that way. Yep, Spaz just showed up. Yes, he did. Oh boy, wow, that was a nice dodge at the last second there by Eddie both of those times. I thought he was getting hit by both of those shots, but nicely done. Nice move. Dad Spaz. Again, for those that don't know, yes, my cat's name is Spaz. Yes, he does live up to that name. And I saw somebody ask, does Tammy's Head take on Polyphemus? It will take on the damage, basically, but I don't think the shots look like it. But let's say that you've got Cole on there, you'll see that. If you've got the freeze effects, you'll see that. Seriously, cat, chill with this. Yeah. It doesn't love you back. It doesn't love you back. Just let it go. You gotta move on, man. She wasn't any good for you. She wasn't any good for you. She's too holy. Look at her. Seriously, chill. He's like, that's exactly what he's doing too. Well, put the blanket. Put the blanket. So very nice finds there for Awaken Smoke. It's off the screen with the Soul Hearts. For those that are wondering, also by the way, there's a few rules to the Soul Hearts / Red Hearts and how many you can get. Basically with red hearts. Ooh, very nice. Pretty flies for Eddie. That is a full health pill. Very nice. Yet another full health pill. He'll take that with him. Very nice finds. Nonetheless, with the red hearts, you can get 12. Like you would see, Awakened Smoke has 12 on screen. You can get more past that, but it doesn't actually count on the run that you're on. If you die, and let's say you have the 9 lives cat. There's his boss fights, finally. Nonetheless, if you have the 9 lives cat, if you had over 12 hearts on that first life, the others will show up. The extras will show up on your next life. Kind of the same thing on all those. That's pretty much the only thing for that, unless on the same run, let's say you built up 20 red hearts. You'll only see 12. They'll only show you 12 at any time, and only 12 will be active for your run. But if you use them in devil deals, they will still count. So again, there's some oddities like that. Blue hearts, you can get as many as you want. You won't be able to see them on your screen, but you can get as many as you can handle. So keep that in mind as well. So there is no limit to blue hearts. Technically speaking, there is to red at 12. But like I said, you can use the extras that you have in devil deals without seeing the effect. Man, Awakened Smoke did a phenomenal job of that bloat fight. I hate that fight with a passion. That is one of my least favorite bosses. And yet another regular mom. We have not seen a variant of mom tonight. This is crazy. So this is what, the 5th overall race. Pretty much everybody, every time has, I believe, actually they have. Every time, every racer in those. So 10 times 11 now. We've gotten to mom's foot. They've all been gray. That is ridiculous odds. Jeez. So again, case in point, had they turned off their Isaac and turned it back on, that would reset the RNG setting. In my opinion, the way that that is set, and I'm not a programmer, so I don't know what Florian did, but the way that it seems is basically if you reset your game completely, it resets that RNG. Like the RNG seems to roll at the very beginning when you turn on. So I have no idea exactly how that works, but it sure seems like it. Again, I'm not a video game programmer, so I do not have that exact answer, but it's sure what it seems like. And Awakened Smoke gonna wait for the foot to come down. That's the other trick you want to do. You always want to wait for the foot to come down to kill that. If you kill off the eyeballs on this fight, the foot will still hit you no matter what. So you'll still take damage there. So you'll see most of the racers. By the way, here's a loading screen. Error. Excuse me again. Sorry about that. Nonetheless, here's that loading screen error. You just sit there and wait. Awakened Smoke's taking a drink right now because that's all you can do. Literally, do not touch anything. Don't click it. Don't hit spacebar. Don't hit enter. Just let it sit there. Flash either is stretched out to its limits or Edmund is a serious troll by putting this in. One of the two. Or Florian for that matter. I mean, let's put it that it could be either. I don't know Florian that well. Nonetheless, you just sit there and wait. This will actually usually load an XL or Curse of the Labyrinth floor for you. So you should see that happen just about any time now. Looks like Eddie just found himself a book of Revelations, so every 6 rooms he will get a soul heart. There is Awakened Smoke's loading screen, so he'll be in his floor momentarily. And... oh, he might get the repeat loop that I did. Yeah, he's going to get the repeat loop that I did. Here's the other worrisome part. Sometimes this will actually loop itself. I've had this loop 7 times on me. So in a race, this is not what you want to see right now, but... oh, there we go. There's his floor, and he gets an XL, like I said. So Curse of the Labyrinth XL floor for him. So there's a Womb XL that is both of his Womb floors jammed together into one. Again, with his Polaroid and no red hearts, every time Awakened Smoke gets hit, that will actually activate the Polaroid and a 5-second damage shield. So he'll be invincible every 5 seconds after he gets hit. There's Fate, which is a phenomenal find for him because that Eternal Heart will not matter in this process. That would normally, again, give him another heart on the way to the next floor, but being not a red heart right now, this works out beautifully. Oh, wow. Followed by the Sad Onion in his next item chest. My god, so basically capped out tier rate for Awakened Smoke as well. My goodness, he's building a nice item build just off of the last 2 item box. That's ridiculous. And yeah, Fate is like super rare. That's one of the other really rare items. So Awakened Smoke got Flying and an Eternal Heart off of that. Ooh, the tick yet again, so he hopefully will not run into that, because I guarantee he wants no part of it right now. Looks like he might gamble for Scatole for a second or two, see if he can't get it. Yeah, Awaken's gotten very lucky in the last couple of rooms. Fate followed by the Sad Onion. Now, you can't really ask for more in the Womb, especially on an XL floor, when you're in the lead, and not by that much, because Eddie is on Depths 1, about to move to Depths 2. So keep in mind, the womb is the one time you want to find an XL floor in this race. There are no stores, there are no item rooms. All you're looking for are your boss fights, so if you happen across those very quickly, you get your back-to-back boss fights and clear through the room, or clear through the womb, lickety-split. Very nice, there's Eddie's item room right off the bat here in Depths 2. So very lucky find for Eddie right here. Yep, exactly, and he gets that 5 seconds of invulnerability from the damage shield every time he gets hit, being that he is technically the blue baby and has the Polaroid. Wow. Now that is the internal compass working for Awakened Smoke. Check that out. So poor Eddie again here. Awakened Smoke with lots of hearts, just found both of his boss fights. So again, Eddie ripping on through here, looking for his boss fights, but has got to do some really fast catch-up now. Because Awakened Smoke has got this death fight, followed by his mom's heart fight, and that would be all that he needs. If he can win those, he will win the night 2-1 and remain undefeated. Hey, what's up, Spartan? How you doing? No, you're thinking of Danny Baranowski. Danny B Style is the one that made the music for those games. So anything that you're hearing right now, except for the Clubbing of Isaac remix, I believe is Big Giant Circles, and or he's remixing Danny B stuff. I believe. Don't quote me on that. But I believe it's BGC. Nonetheless, there is the second piece of Meat Boy, and moving on to what could be the final fight of the night here, folks. So Awakened Smoke looking to finish off this best of 3, 2-1. Eddie's still looking to catch up as quick as he can, but he has got a lot of road ahead of him to catch up. So Awakened Smoke with a pretty nice setup, no bombs left. Yeah, there you go. This guy, that is Danny B's emote. That is, in fact, the man that made the music. This oh-so-awesome music. And by the way, Danny B is a absolutely phenomenally awesome fella, too. Like, he is just all about having good times and just fun. That is an awesome dude. Definitely support that man. If you like the music to this, buy it off his Bandcamp. Give that man some loot, because he is well deserving. Basically anything that dude does, it's just like I throw money at the video screen. Like, he's that cool of a dude. Just right there, I could care less if I didn't like his music, I would still do it, but he makes phenomenal music, so I have no problem throwing money at that man. But again, Awakened Smoke, no bombs here, so it's going to take slightly longer. It looks like Eddie's going to sit back and wait. This might be the, yep, he knows. He's with me on this one. Awakened Smoke needs to take a lot of damage. I do believe Eddie knows. Yeah, I was going to say he's on that side. There you go. You got it. Eddie giving the thumbs up. There you go. Thank you for the link, too, Cat. There's the link for him. Yeah, shut up and take my money. Exactly, Ari. So again, Eddie knows what's up here. I didn't want to call it myself, but you can see Awakened's soul hearts have finally showed up on screen. But he's got to take quite a bit of damage to lose it at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and say it just like Eddie's calling it. Awakened Smoke going to move to 6-0 and set up a pretty epic run next week of 6-0 Awakened Smoke versus 6-0 Wolf. So prepare for that, ladies and gentlemen. One of the undefeateds. Shit. I'm going to get misquoted on that one right off the bat. Krups is rooting for Wolf. No, but one of the undefeateds will go down next week, so keep that in mind. We'll be down to just 2, but there you go. Awakened Smoke taking it 2-1 tonight. Congrats, man.